Hello, we're moving on to yet another session of Refining Your English. This is Kavitha Gopalakrishnan, teacher at the Department of English, Basilis College, Kottayam. And today we're going to see two aspects of communication. One is the vocal features for communication, effective communication. And the second half, I'll be dealing with some of the most common errors that we commit while understanding, speaking, and writing homonyms, homophones, and homographs. Moving on to the first part of my session, which is the vocal features of effective communication. Effective communication, if I may ask, what is effective communication? Uh, all of us know that if you communicate, if you convey ideas, communication is deemed to be pretty much effective. But is communication only about a transference of words or understanding meaning? Is the question that is raised many a times. Effective communication requires the listener to also understand the emotion, the feelings of the speaker at a particular context. So for that, uh, a speaker uses various non-verbal aspects of communication, just like these hand gestures or eye rolls or your eyebrows. Several non-verbal aspects are used by the speaker to communicate effectively. Apart from this, there are also certain vocal features that the speakers use to bring about emotion or bring about an emotive quality to what they speak. And this is also very important. Today we'll see three of the most commonly discussed vocal features. First one would be the pause and pace. Pace means the speed. The second one is the intonation. And third one would be stress. We will see for the first what is pausing and pacing. Pausing is very important. Do you know why? Yes, I just paused to emphasize, to ask, so that I wait that you assimilate my question. So pausing is used to stress upon a particular point. Uh, have you heard? And then I pause, and then you have to assimilate that. Yes, I'm asking a question. You'll have to answer to it. So I paused deliberately so as to either emphasize the point, or I've asked a question and I need you to assimilate it and respond suitably. It's also created, used to create suspense, curiosity, inquisitiveness in the minds of readers. So you pause to create all these intended things that you want listeners, either to create suspense in the reader's mind, in the listener's mind, or to make them curious. Did you know? And then immediately when I pause, there's a suspense or curious element that's created in the listener's mind. The second aspect is pace. You have to speak at the right speed, not too fast, not too slow. If you do, so as to convey the proper meaning. For example, the sentence I have written here, there's a comma after cooking. If not, just imagine what the meaning would be. I'll try and speak say aloud this line so that you can understand the difference. I love cooking my family and dogs. I spoke this without any pause. I spoke it as I spoke the sentence very quickly. I said, I love cooking my family and friends, and the listener would be shocked to understand that I love cooking my family and dogs. Wherein I actually meant I love three things. One is cooking, two is my family, three are my dogs. So I love cooking, my family, and my dogs is what I meant. But if I say the same sentence without pause, it could have disastrous impact on the minds of the listeners. So that's why pausing and pacing is very important. The next one is stress. The next vocal feature is stress. Why is stress important? Uh, you stress at the right places so that you know you convey the right meaning to the listeners' minds. Uh, all the content words like the nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, question words, demonstratives, this, that, those, negatives, can't, are usually stressed. The function words like the pronouns he, she, it, articles like a and an, preposition over, under, conjunctions and but, auxiliaries are usually left unstressed. Stress, gives the right kind of emphasis and it can change the focus and meaning of the sentence. On your screen, you can find a sentence that has been stressed in 4 different ways. I'll again say the sentence loud, stressing at different places so that you can comprehend how stress would bring about change in meaning. Did you drive to Delhi last weekend? Which means, did you drive or did your brother drive? Did you drive to Delhi last weekend? Which means, did you drive or you went by flight? Did you drive to Delhi last weekend? Which means, did you drive to Delhi or to Mumbai? I heard you went to Mumbai and now you say Delhi. So you're clarifying that. Did you drive to Delhi last weekend or you went before that? If I remember right, it was before that. It's again a query. So stressing at the various points gives various meanings to the same sentence. So this is why stressing at the right places is important so that people listening to you gauge and understand the meaning which you actually meant. The next is intonation. Now, intonation is also very important. Intonation is a complex system, like of rise and fall. Uh, when you're saying a command, you just it's a falling. Shut the door, please. Shut the door. It's like falling. Oh, will you shut the door? Question, it's a rising. Will you shut the door? It's like rising tone. So this intonation of rise and fall in speaker's voice is equally very important. So as to convey properly the intention of the speaker's message. Intonation, as I said, for stress is used to convey surprise, complaint, sarcasm, friendliness, and threats. So just look at this sentence, which is on your screen right now. Would you please turn down the radio bit is a question that A asks. And B could respond in various tones. So if I say sorry, which means no, I don't want to I'm not going to turn down that radio bit. Sorry. What did you say? I didn't hear. Could you repeat what you said right now? I say sorry. It means a neutral tone and a normal apology. Sorry, I'll just shut that down right now. So a rising tone, sorry, or sorry, a sharp falling tone, which would mean just the opposite from apology. For these reasons, this is very, very important that we have this right intonation. The next common error that we move on to is while speaking and comprehending and understanding, apart from the vocal features we saw 3, which was pause and pace, stress and intonation. Another thing that we would have to understand is the homophones, homonyms, and homographs. What do these words have in common? All of these start with the word homo, and homo means same, same. Okay, phone, nym, and graph is the only different part of it. Now, what is it? What is that all about? Is what we'd like to see in a glance. Let's see. Homophones, homo, same, are phones means sounds. They sound the same, but they're spelled differently. Just like these words which are here, like flower and floor, they are They flower and flower. They sound separate and same, but they're spelled differently. Bear and bear, again, they sound the same but spelled differently. Two and two, so they sound the same but spelled differently. Pair and pair. Okay, so graphs, homographs, homo, same, graphs, writing. They're written similarly, but they have different pronunciation and different meaning too. Just like bow and bow. Okay, the pronunciation different. Bow, okay, and bow is okay. So you the wind and wind. You have to wind a clock and the wind is blowing. But it's written the same. Pronunciation meaning are different. Homonyms are the broader category which includes homophones and homographs. They are spelled the same, they pronounce the same, but they have multiple meanings depending on their use. For example, scale, scale of the fish and the weighing scales. Pen, the animal, sheep pen, or the pen, writing equipment. So they spell the same, they are pronounced the same, but they have the different meanings depending on when, where they're used. So let's move on to it very quickly once again. So homonyms is a bigger category. It's an umbrella term where you find homophones and homographs. Homonym means homo is same, same spelling, same sound, but different meanings depending on different contexts. Homophones, homo is same, phone sounds, pronounced the same, different spellings, different meanings. And homographs, same writing, they write, they're written similarly but different meaning and different pronunciation. I hope you have understood that. And so we have a quick recap. Homonyms, just like the word second, second minute, second, and second place, they're spelled the same, pronounced the same, but different meanings. Eight, number eight, and I ate this biscuit. Eight. They're spelled differently, but they're pronounced similarly. They mean differently. Homographs, just like the bars and bays, they spell the same. They have different pronunciation, different meaning. So we understood that homonyms are the broader category, and you have the homophone and homograph, similar sounding and similar writing, just like male and male, similar sounding, homophones, homographs, bow and bow, bow and bow, similar writing but different pronunciation. So this is a quick recap of what we saw right now in the form of homonym, homophone, and homograph. Uh, so meaning in all these cases are different, but in homograph we find the same spelling and different pronunciation. Homonyms, they're spelling and pronounced similarly. Homophones, of course, the spelling is different, but they sound the same. So these are the various aspects. When the vocal aspects, pause, space, and pronounce, intonation and stress, these are very important so that you convey the right kind of meaning to people. And while writing and speaking or comprehending, you must also be able to understand and put into context the various homonyms, understand homographs, graphs, and homophones, and commit less errors while writing, speaking, and understanding what other people are saying. Hope you understood these two aspects, two parts of the class I have just took. Have a good day. I'll be giving some exercises for you to do. You you can test that and understand how much you've comprehended from this class. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good day.